he tells you exactly what he wants, like, which is brilliant for me and most people. I love just someone saying, this is what I want from you, instead of saying, oh, it's up to you. You can do it this way and do it that way. I'm like, just tell me and I'll do whatever you want. So yeah, it was one of those ones as well, where as soon as I heard the beat, I think I wrote it in like 10 minutes. And then I knew they're the best ones. And I've started taking that process into consideration now. Every time I hear a beat, if I can't write a verse in 15, 20 minutes, I'll leave it and go back to it in another time.
So I think your work rate as well is mad. Like you do, well, you said earlier, you always seem to be working on something, and you do a lot of your mixing and mastering as well yourself, I suppose, with the studio there. How is the process for you of a song like start to finish? Do you always do your own stuff, or do you try and work with other people too, or is it a bit of both?
It's completely different. The way that I do it these days, because I've got a studio, is completely different to how I would have done it going to a studio. So when I used to go to like Jamie Winchester's or anywhere, obviously you'd buy the beat or find the beat, you would write, and then you would go there to record. But now I'll write a verse, I'll record the verse, listen to it back. If I think it sounds terrible, I'll cut the verse and I'll start it again, or I'll reword things. So it's the same with choruses and hooks. I never write the hooks down. I sing them line by line, just off the top of my head, and then I write down the finished chorus. So the process of like the recording is slightly different. And the reason why I do the whole one verse, record, listen back, is I don't want to waste more time. If I go to a studio and I record 3 verses and it doesn't sound that good, I've wasted my time and I've wasted money. But obviously it's different here because I don't waste the time and the money, but it is still wasting time. So it's all about just getting that. Oh yeah, that sounds good, I'll carry on with that. If it sounds rubbish, I'll delete it and it's gone. But the mixing and mastering, I've kind of feel like I've got it to the level now where I'm comfortable enough for people to come and spend money here, where before I'd be like, oh yeah, I'll do it and tell me what you think. But again, I was saying to the boys the other day in the group, I'm always open to criticism. If you want me to change something, just let me know, because sometimes my ears get so tired because I've heard something so many times. My album 3 weeks ago sounded the worst I have ever heard it, and I sent it to a couple of people and they went, it sounds crystal clear. And then when I listened back to it the first time this week, and they said, and I thought, yeah, I've nailed it. But my ears were that tired. I was so fed up with what I was hearing. It sounded rubbish to me.
I suppose that's what's good as well about having the Bad Picasso boys, because I know you've recently signed to them or got involved with them anyway. How is that going with them, and how is it like having such a strong network around you? It must be lush, especially working at home too.
It's distracting, to say the least, because the label, like we got a WhatsApp group, and that group does not stop. Like, because obviously there's like, I think there's about 20 of us in there. So if someone's got an idea, they will post in, and then someone will be like, oh, I've just made this beat, and then they'll be like, anyone want it? And then someone will just have it and then go off and work, and then it could be like a collab come out of that, or an EP or an album. So to be in the company of so many like talented people, and it's not just music, it's just being there, just in life in general. It's so supportive. You can go in there and talk about, you don't have to talk about music. It's like, it's a family. And if you want anything, someone will have it. If you need anything, someone will help you. And like I said, just to have those around for your mental health, especially working from home, like you said. Before I joined that label, I felt quite lonely because I wasn't really speaking to many people. Then as soon as you get put into that scenario, sometimes you're like, oh, just lad, shut up for 10 minutes because I need a break. I've had to mute it for this, because otherwise it would just be pinging like hell.
God, it's wicked, because there's so many different guys on there as well with like different senses of humour as well. Like, I bet you have such a laugh.
I've literally been like in tears more than I have in the last few years. If someone will just say one thing and then it will just spark a chain reaction of other people. Like the amount of times we've cropped one of our heads off something and put it on a different person's body or whatever, little childish things like that. But again, it's just a laugh, and it's a family, and weirdly, because there's no egos in there at all, nobody has argued, nobody has fallen out. Everyone just kind of just gets on with everyone. So I think credit to Dale, Jay, and Nath for being able to bring so many people together and no one really clash. So they've done a really good judge of character to get all those people in together, like.
Oh, definitely, and it's nice vibes as well. But whenever they're around, they're always so smiley, so happy, so chilled.
Yeah.
It's nice. It's nice to see. And I know you recently went away as well. I saw like a few videos on Facebook and pictures and stuff. How was the bad Picasso trip away?
Oh god. Very. Do you know what? Actually, I thought that there was going to be a hell of a lot more messing around than
Yeah,
what it was. Um, the amount of like beats being made, like little mini ciphers we had, just in-depth conversations. You know, obviously we all, like the first night, I won't mention any names, but one person in particular got very, very drunk, and I don't think they've seen much of the night. But we spent a hell of a lot of time. Everyone was kind of just, it was just nice just to get it. And obviously a lot of us didn't meet before that. We hadn't
yeah,
met each other. So it was the first time really we all met together. And so I think a few of us were quite anxious because we'd only spoken like this. It was not, we never seen anyone face to face. I was under the impression that K Souls was about 4'2" because he kept saying he was so small. And then I'm obviously 6'3". When I met him, I was like, you're not even that short. So it was just little things like that where we just had a bit of banter, like. So yeah, it was a really good, I think, a really good time away, and I think we're going to do it at least a couple of times a year, even if it's just for a long weekend, just to have that kind of bonding time.
Oh, it is. It's wicked. Because like I said, you can have like a bit of kind of creativity going on, but you can just chill out as well and have a laugh and just have a bit of escape. It's always good to get away.
Yeah, it was wicked. It was really, really good.
We're running out of time, but I quickly want to go back to your album again because I know that's out really soon, and I think everybody should listen to it. I know it's going to be a bit of a work of art. Is there anything you want to share with us before you go, or where can people pre-save in now if it's out there for them?
So if you on my Facebook page, if you've got me on Facebook, there's the pre-save link and the pre-buy link for Bandcamp, and the same applies to my Instagram, which is just it's Brighty, so just ITS before Brighty. And I just want literally just a massive thank you to everyone that's just pushed it like so far, and you know, people who haven't even listened to it has paid for it like that. And to me, I put that link up thinking maybe my mum and my sister will buy it and like a couple of friends, but like the response was just amazing. I wasn't expecting it. So, and then one more exclusive. So I know obviously we're talking about this album, but the obviously Transformation Now is going to be out on the 6th of August, and then hopefully around the start of next year, in between there'll be an EP or two, but then there will be Deconstruction. So I'm going to be doing my transformation, and then I'm just going to deconstruct everything, break stuff down into. So yeah, I won't give too much away, but we've already got a good idea for the album cover, and we already started working on a couple of beats. So hopefully that's really ready to go. And then who knows? There might be a time where I just think I'm being rushed off my feet and I might just stop for a bit, but I can't see it happening anytime soon because, again, for mental health, this is why I do so much music, is to keep me occupied and keep me busy. So that's all I've got so far.
Oh, no, it is. It's amazing, and good luck with the launch of the album. I'm sure it's going to do well. If anyone who's watching our video hasn't signed up to the Honest Rebel site yet, check it out on Facebook for Honest Rebel site, or Instagram is LF Honest Rebel. There's going to be plenty more interviews coming, hopefully with a lot of